This is the Iowa Weather Report for Tuesday, November the 20th, 2012. And now our first look at the 0Z GFS Model Run. So at noon today we have a trough over the eastern about third of the country with some energy there and a ridge building over the plains and into the upper Midwest, trough over the north and west, producing some rain and mountain snow there. Here we'll have temperatures warming up into the 50s to lower 60s with sunshine and fairly light winds out of the south and southwest. Wednesday will be a bit breezier though. Winds maybe 10 to 15, maybe 20 miles per hour. Highs well into the 60s, maybe approaching 70 in some areas, with the rain and mountain snow still to our north and west. Thanksgiving, a cold front will be coming through. There's a slight chance of a shower along this front. It's about 20%, maybe 30% at best, and rainfall looks to be fairly light. On Friday, you'll really notice it. Temperatures really take a nosedive back into the 40s, maybe a few upper 30s for highs. It's going to be a wide-eyed wake-up call for this. And Saturday, we'll have lows down in the lower 20s, and highs will be rebounding back into at least the 40s, with the wind switching back around to the south and southwest. And then we move to Sunday. Another disturbance moves just to our north, and temperatures cool back off again. 40s or so, maybe upper 30s in the northern and northwestern counties. And then on Monday, it just stays cold, well, seasonally cool, maybe a few degrees below average, highs in the 30s and 40s, with some precipitation off to our south. And a week from today, that cold weather still is entrenched, with a ridge pumping up into Alaska and the Northwest Territories and the Yukon. Big polar vortex well to our north, and that's just taking the weather in the Arctic and dumping it onto the country, with some precipitation off to our south and east, some snow in the Great Lakes, and rain and showers and thunderstorms over the Atlantic coast down into the Gulf Coast. A couple days later, on the 1st of December, we pretty much have a zonal flow as the cold air is retreated back, at least most of the cold air is retreated back into Canada, but of course this is December, so cold weather means highs in the teens and 20s, and we'll locally here see highs maybe in the 30s with maybe some precipitation that could be in the form of some flurries or light snow. And at the end of the forecast on the 5th, now we have two vortexes, one over the Canadian Maritimes, one just off the Pacific Northwest coast, a ridge pumping up through the center part of the country around here. And that would mean temperatures will be slowly beginning to warm up, with a high pressure moving off to the east, wind switching around to the south, and maybe we could see highs back in the 40s once more, with precipitation building off to our west. But last night's satellite image, we had a disturbance that brought a little bit of rain yesterday morning across the state, moving off to our east. A bigger storm over the north and west, bringing some rain and mountain snow in that area. The watch warning map from last evening shows pretty quiet across most of the country. Some blizzard warnings in Montana, winter storm watches, warnings, high wind warnings and watches, and some flood issues over the Pacific Northwest. The QPF chart, precipitation over the next 5 days. This is through Saturday evening at 6 o'clock, showing any rain around here will be very light, but the heaviest rain still is going to be over the Pacific Northwest coast.